My first memory is just hearing about it. When I was in high school, it was something that there was a few of us that wanted a soccer program, but then it never came to fruition during my time in high school. And then it's when I got into college, maybe right after graduated, that they got the program going. So I was pretty excited to hear about it.
Well, like a couple years ago, I saw the team here playing, like all like the old players, and they were all good. They just made me like more interested in soccer, and seeing how much they like develop friendship into it. So it's like it just interested me into it.
My very first memory, when I attended the very first practice, it was my first year here. I had never experienced co-ed soccer, didn't even know that existed. And I'll never forget watching the first practice and watching the girls and the boys play on the same team and thinking the girls will never see the field. And from that moment, the process started with the help of many people, but especially several girls that were playing at the time. We started the process of starting a girls' soccer program. So that will forever be my first memory, is I had never seen boys and girls playing soccer competitively on the same team, and thought that was so bizarre. And then I found out that's what has been the standard in Southeast Kansas for a long time. But I think we're slowly starting to see that change.
Summer going into freshman year, we had summer soccer, and we had these shortened fields, and we had these really short, but intense games that were just super fun. I remember we played against Joplin. As towards the end, I got this really crazy assist to an old player named Juan, and we ended up winning because of that. It was a super crazy game. It was definitely one that is to be remembered. I feel like that kind of started the whole PHS soccer career for me.
Probably watching our middle son, had to step up this year as varsity goalie. That was scary, but also exciting because we got to see him probably for the first time be really good at something without any parental involvement. And that has got to be the greatest gift as a parent, I think, is to watch your children be good at something that has nothing to do with you.
One of my other memories that sticks with me the most was we were in the locker room and this song came on. It came on because we had in our locker room we had a stereo, and the boys would just kind of take turns plugging in their phones and playing stuff as we got ready before games. And that song started up, and just kind of like one by one, the boys started singing it. And first off, I was surprised that these young kids actually knew that song. But then they just all started singing into it, their air guitaring, like the whole team. Such a cool, team bonding moment.
One of the things I first noticed when I came here 6 years ago is all of our programs have high expectations, and soccer is no different. I loved that. There's no fear of the private schools. Competitively speaking, a lot of schools just assume they're going to lose when they play them. We played Aquinas this year through no fault of our kids, and I saw zero fear. We came out at the beginning of the match and expected to win that match. I see that in other sports as well. Their parents may say, oh, we have no chance or whatever, but I've never heard that from our kids, that we have no chance. That is unique. Not every town has that ingrained in their student athletes, that we're going to compete, which is very healthy. Competition is very healthy against anybody who takes the field against us. So I see that as a common denominator in every sport I've seen.
You could see how much soccer is growing at SEK with the amount of pickup games, weekend leagues, the amount of kids that are just eager to go out and play. Not just YMCA soccer, they're really taking it seriously. And I like how there's starting to be more teams or more sponsors for the kids, especially with world class. So the kids aren't just playing only during a limited 2-month season. They could be able to play all year round now.
So it's grown in Pittsburgh, but then when you look around, just drive over to like Joplin, Webb City, Carl Junction, go down to Oklahoma, it's grown a lot faster there. Here, I think what kind of holds it back is football. We have the high school team that has such a reputation for being this big powerhouse winning football team. And then we've got Pitt State here that's known for its football and national championships. And so I think that's kind of where we lose kids, because over the years, I've seen at the YMCA the number of kids that play soccer be their biggest program out of all their sports, but then there's a drop-off by the time they get to high school. And for me, I think that biggest reason is because there's no middle school soccer. At times, there's an intramural that they can play in, but they don't play any games against any other teams. And when soccer's not there, then that's when they gravitate towards football or something else. And then after you do that for 3 years at the middle school, the likelihood of them going back to soccer is pretty low.
Soccer itself is just growing, like in the U.S. is the main thing, and also I'd say that it's an immigrant population, honestly, because soccer is the world's game, and with that they bring that here and they show other people who are from here who aren't even exposed to soccer as much, like why it's the world's game and why it's so fun.
To run a successful athletic program or activities program, it starts with, and this sounds superficial, but it's true. I've seen programs die because they don't have it, and it's funding. We are blessed here in Pittsburgh. I can't speak for Frontenac or Colgan, the two other schools that are right here, but in USD 250, especially where I came from, I wasn't used to the financial support that we have. If I get asked still, do you have enough? Do the programs have what they need? If they find out I've had to tell any of my coaches no, it is almost instantly, here's a check or here's some money or whatever. Now it's not over the top, and we're not gonna be driving around in private coach buses anytime soon, but our kids don't go without. I've never been somewhere where our kids have everything that what would be considered a high socioeconomic school district would have and all the means. We don't have that in our community. We're a hardworking blue-collar community that is not overall be considered a wealthy community, but yet our kids have everything that the other kids do. That amazes me.
I do think it's really important to try to pull in as many families as we can, so that there's just more buy-in with that. As an example, Pilar Mendez, she's one of our families that has a sophomore on the team and also a freshman on the team. And one of the areas that I think we were not very good at before as a booster club was the Hispanic population. But she speaks Spanish and she is very involved in our booster club. And so she was able to reach out to those families in a different way this year than I think we even were able to do previously.
Youth programs, club soccer, that needs to be developed. You see the teams from Kansas City, Topeka, Wichita area that play club soccer. Those are the teams that are always winning state. Those schools where the kids are playing year-round. They play high school soccer, then when that's done, they'll play indoor futsal with their club team till the spring, and then they're playing club ball through the spring and summer before they have to go to the high school in the fall. And getting those extra touches, those extra minutes is crucial in development, especially for young players.
We have got to promote soccer in our elementary schools. Our elementary schools are the best slice of diversity. It mirrors and reflects the diversity of our community is in our elementary schools. That's who we are. That's who we're going to be in our elementary schools in 10 years. But we need to push soccer. I know we do a soccer unit, but I'm talking about the sport of soccer, the appreciation of soccer, not just let's roll out a ball with 20 kids in a playground and see who can kick it in the net.
The reason why I played soccer, well, at least what it used to be when I was younger, it was because my whole family, they were so good at soccer, and I just wanted to like live up to what they did. I was hoping to be a good soccer player.
I've played soccer like as long as I can remember, and so it's a big reason why I still play is just because I've done it for so long, and it's definitely a sport I love. I've just grown to love it. Meeting new people and playing with them and just kind of going out and having fun. It's a great sport, and I feel a lot more people should like learn to appreciate it because it is a lot better than what people think.
I played soccer since I was little, but never joined a team until last year. And I seen photos of my dad with big trophies around him, so like it makes me want to like follow in those steps and just see if I can make it as my career when I grow up or something.
One, the soccer program, and I think Coach Beihl would tell you this, is because Coach Beihl was a part of the program, both as a player and now as a coach. It's one of the few programs, not only at Pittsburgh High School, but I think in Southeast Kansas, that genuinely has diversity within it. And so that can't be taught anywhere else. A lot of times in the classroom, in ESOL classrooms, they are put together in groups, and so there's not that experience. And anybody who coaches team sports would tell you, and soccer is the same, if you don't get along, you don't respect each other, you can't fake that on the field. And so it teaches them how to respect each other, people from different cultures, and I think that's huge.
Personally, I think soccer just gives kids who are in difficult situations another outlet to meet people, make connections, and even get a chance to go into college or even playing pro.
A sense of family. That's always one of my focus was I wanted us to be a unit, to be a family, for us to stick up for each other, look out for each other, and that they learn that anything worth having is going to take hard work and not to be afraid of putting in the hard work.
I think citizenship and sportsmanship. We want to produce people who can be decision makers, who know how to handle not only failure, but handle success. We feel like that extracurricular activities, our society is really changing a lot and quickly, and for many ways it's for the good, and in some maybe not, but I think overall it's a good thing. People still need to be able to handle failure, success, be a good teammate, work well with others. And so if we can produce those students when they leave here at Pittsburgh High School, then we've been a success.